Okay, so Diane, before we get into the price, I want to go over the scope of work because I want to cover everything that we'll be doing and exactly how we're going to handle it, okay?
Okay.
Because I think it's important that you know what we're doing so that I'm not just coming out and throwing in a bunch of windows and you're going, well, what about this and what about that?
Okay.
So as we go through everything, can you promise me that you'll keep your mind open to what we want to do, what you're doing, and everything else? Does that sound fair?
Yeah.
Okay. So here's what we have. I have the bathroom window. You remember the little window? And what I'm doing is I'm going to put the white trim, right? In other words, we're not putting any other color on the trim. It's going to have the obscure glass, and you chose the glue chip. Remember that? Okay. And it's going to be the slider. Okay.
Right.
Now we're going to go into the bedroom. And that bedroom window is the one that slides now, but it really would work better as a double hung.
Yeah, so I can open it at night.
So we're going to change that double hung. Change the sliders
Correct.
to double hung. It's also going to be white, okay? And it's also going to have clear glass. And I forgot to tell you, we're going to do these in the platinum so that you have both windows that move in all the areas, and it's also going to give you the Spectra Clear and everything else. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, in that front window, you remember that it was really loose, and so we talked about doing one windows.
Yeah.
One window was so that you have the two sides. Well, as I was putting this together, I thought of doing it maybe a little bit differently.
Well, I've been thinking as you did it that I maybe want to do it a little different too. So.
Okay. So I'm going to tell you how I was going to do it, and then we can see if
Okay.
we need to change.
Great.
So on the two sides, I'm going to have two double hungs with the picture in the middle.
I like that.
So
That's what I
we'll be able to give you a little bit bigger area that is opening, right? And I think it will make more sense and fit for you.
Sounds great.
Is that
Yeah.
right?
So we can get air through there.
Exactly. Now the wood that you have down there, we don't want to get rid of it, but we want that wood to look good for a long time, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to wrap that with a vinyl coated metal, so that you don't get the bugs in there and it doesn't have the heat and all that stuff. And so it's going to make that wood last much longer, so that you still have that look, because you really like that look on the outside, right? And so we're going to save some of the look that you really have enjoyed over the years, but we're going to protect it and put in something that's more modern and easier to maintain.
Okay.
Fair?
Yes.
All right. And again, that's going to be the two double hungs and then the one picture window. Both of them, it's all going to be the white frame, right? They're all going to be clear. And again, they're going to be the platinum, so you don't have to worry about cleaning them all the time. Sound good?
So that's going to have the triple protection so that we don't have any heat off of those, right? Because that's the
Exactly.
hot side of the house.
All of those are going to have that triple protection,
Okay.
right? It's going to be the top window. In other words, we're talking about the top. Okay? Now we're going to go into the kitchen. And in the kitchen, right now, it's the slider window. So both of them are going to slide now instead of one. It's going to be the white frame. It's going to be the clear glass. And again, it's going to be the platinum. Okay?
Okay.
And then we're going to go to the family room, and there's a couple of windows there, right? And I think those should stay the way that they are. So they're slider, but they're going to be double slider, and again, platinum, white trim, clear glass.
Great.
Any questions about those?
No, that's exactly what we need.
Okay, so we have 14 windows, and remember, any time that I have the wood trim, I'm going to wrap that so that you always are going to be protected, so that you don't have to paint. Because aren't you sick of having to paint every 4 or 5 years?
Yes, thank you. That would be great.
All right, is there anything that you would change on the scope of work?
No, I was just a little concerned about that little bit of termite problem that we had on that. Is that going to be
That's why we're going to
resolved?
replace that area, right? So that's all going to be gone. You're not going to have any termite area. Now, the termites that were on the side of the house, obviously
That's
I'm not
gotta-
going to take
yeah.
care of that.
Right. That's
but
not part of the windows.
yeah, we may talk about doing something there later on down the road.
Okay.
Because remember, I told you that all the other areas that we do, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I probably can show you something that can take care of that. But for right now, let's take care of this because this
Okay.
is the most important, right?
Okay. Yes.
Excellent.